Good day, everyone. I'm delighted to present our latest findings on the psychological and motivational factors that influence math performance among industrial technology students. This presentation is based on a rigorous study conducted at Carlos Hilado Memorial State University, examining how constructs like belief, engagement, and self-concept served as predictors for success in math courses. This study also takes a close look at gender disparities and offer grounded recommendations for improving inclusivity and outcomes in technical education programs. Mathematics is more than just a subject. It's the backbone of every modern technological process. And this is not just about theoretical. The Commission on Higher Education outlines its Memorandum number 13 that industrial technology students must be industry ready, not just in technical skills, but in problem solving, logic, and analytical thinking. The rationale of this research stems from a pressing need to explore how psychological and motivational factors affect math performance. This research is anchored on the expectancy value theory that provides a foundational lens for understanding what drives students to succeed in mathematics. The framework highlights two critical constructs: expectancy, students' confidence in their ability to succeed, and value, the importance they assign to the task. When these align, they translate into belief, engagement, self-interest, concept, motivation, and ultimately performance. This theory not only underpins our research design, but also helps us dissect how internal factors shape actual students' outcomes in mathematics. This research was designed to address multiple interconnected goals within the domain of educational psychology and STEM learning. The primary aim was to explore how internal psychological traits affect students' mathematical performance. We also sought to examine gender-based differences in these motivational factors. While males and females often perform similarly, these self-concept and belief systems can differ significantly. Finally, the research tested a comprehensive path model, revealing both direct and indirect predictors of math performance. This model helps educators understand not only what predicts success, but how these variables interact with motivational framework. To address the research questions, we employed a quantitative correlational research design. Our sample was 184 first-year industrial technology students selected from a total population of 338, and sampling was done proportionally to ensure validity. In terms of analysis, we applied non-parametric methods such as Mann-Whitney and Spearman's rule due to the non-normality of the data distributions. We further tested a path model to analyze both direct and indirect predictive pathways of the motivational variables. For the instruments, we used researcher-made questionnaires that measures the different constructs for the study. These instruments were validated using content validation by interdisciplinary experts using the Loshi method and achieving high content validity index, confirming suitability and validity. The questionnaire was further pilot tested with comprehensive mathematics students excluded from the final sample. The Cronbach's alpha all indicated that the instruments are reliable. To measure the mathematics performance of the students, the researcher assessed it using the actual midterm examination questions from the comprehensive mathematics course. The following are the topics for the midterm period: the conic sections, systems of nonlinear equations, and mathematical inductions. To determine the mathematics performance of the students, the following mean range were used: for conic sections, for systems of nonlinear equations, and for mathematical induction. One of the standout features of our sample is the gender distribution across industrial technology programs. The data highlights persistent gender imbalances in certain fields. Programs such as automotive and mechanical technology are overwhelmingly male dominated, with male participation as high as 88.57 and 87.5% respectively. However, agricultural drafting and apparel and fashion technology show signs of progress with balanced male to female ratios. Meanwhile, culinary technology emerges as female dominated, with women consisting over 70% enrollees. Overall, the sample is 62.5% male and 37.5% female, reflecting persistent traditional gender roles, though some programs show more gender balance. Findings in Table 5 indicate that both male and female students generally demonstrate an average level of belief, self-interest, self-concept, and self-motivation towards learning. Males recorded slightly higher mean scores across all variables, with a notable edge in engagement, where males rated themselves high while female rated average. Table shows comparison of the different constructs when they are grouped according to sex. The results showed that there was significant differences in belief, engagement, and self-concept between male and female, where male students rated significantly higher than female students, while no significant differences in self-interest and self-motivation when they are grouped according to sex. For the students' performance in mathematics, both genders scored similarly in conic sections, systems of nonlinear equations, and mathematical induction. Minimal variations in mean scores across all topics, indicating comparable mathematics performance between male and female students. Interestingly, when we examined actual mathematics performance, male and female students perform almost identical levels across all assessed topics in conic sections, systems of nonlinear equations, and mathematical induction. Both groups achieve good scores with no statistically significant differences found in any categories. The path analysis revealed some compelling insights about how these psychological variables interact. Belief emerged as the only predictor of math performance, highlighting its foundational role, while self-interest and self-concepts, on the other hand, significantly predicted engagement and self-motivation, indirectly boosting performance. This distinction clarifies that while belief sets the stage, emotional and identity factors energize the effort and engagement. Table 9 shows statistical values related to fitting of the final model, and the final model demonstrated an excellent fit to the data, meeting or exceeding all acceptance criteria for the absolute fit, for the incremental fit, and for the parsimony fit. For implications and interventions, we adopt best practices for gender balance programs for outreach and inclusions. We should also design confidence building initiatives for female students and use belief centered interventions to improve motivation and performance. The results showed that belief is the strongest direct predictor of math success among industrial technology students. Intervention must address both cognitive beliefs and effective self-concept and explore classroom context, peer influence, and longitudinal motivational dynamics. Mathematics is not just about numbers, it's about believing you can find the answer and having the motivation to keep trying until you do. Thank you very much for listening and have a wonderful day.